everyone, my name is Russell Treader, and today I'll be discussing the topic of whether or not foreign language classes should be taught in elementary school in the United States, and sharing my reasoning and logic at the same time. During this speech, I will be touching on three main points, including my personal experiences with foreign language in school, developmental ages of children, and a comparison between the United States and other countries. Back when I went to elementary school, I didn't take any foreign language classes. For one, there weren't any foreign language classes offered, so our school would teach other electives including art, music, and physical education. As a result, I didn't have any experience with any other languages besides English until I made it to middle school. In middle school, there were only two options for a foreign language class, including Spanish and French. I opted for the Intro into Spanish class, which wasn't required because you didn't need a foreign language credit in middle school. After taking the introductory class, I enjoyed learning some of the different things the course had to offer and finished it off by taking Spanish 1 in 8th grade. Moving on to high school, there were a wide variety of foreign language classes offered, ranging from Latin to even sign language, but I continued steady on my path in Spanish and went all the way through Spanish 3. Both Spanish 2 and 3 were more difficult and rigorous compared to the introductory counterparts. While I was able to blow through the beginning classes, I struggled a little bit more with the concepts learned later on. This leads me to believe that it would have been much easier and more enjoyable if I would have taken these courses in elementary and middle school and moved my way up instead of waiting till later in the game. Moving on to my next point, there are various advantages to learning a second foreign language in middle school. According to Fitzgerald Guzman, author of Foreign Language in Elementary Schools, she explains that there are distinct advantages for elementary students who learn a second language, including improved test scores, music skills, and proficiency reached. This can help students in all areas, ranging from academic improvements that can be seen with your other classes, as well as better test and quiz scores as a result of improved retention and learning the foreign language. This can also help with the more creative electives, including music and the arts. This is because a child's brain uses the same neural mechanisms for foreign language as they do music production. For the next benefit of learning a foreign language in elementary school, it can also aid in the student's ability to focus and their attention span. These skills can be used throughout the rest of a student's schooling, as well as in their daily life. Finally, the last advantage of learning in elementary school is an increased retention and communication in the language. According to the previous source, quote, compared to students who wait until high school to learn a foreign language, elementary school starters are 70% more likely to reach an intermediate level of communication, end quote. This explicitly shows how much better off students would be if these languages were taught earlier in their academic careers instead of waiting until high school when it's required. In other countries, students are more likely to learn a foreign language and earlier on compared to the United States. In most other developed nations, emphasis is put on learning a foreign language. As an example, throughout most of Europe, students are required on a national level to learn a language in primary or elementary school, specifically between the ages of 6 and 9, which is nationally mandated. The difference is seen between the United States and these European countries can be shown with data. According to the source from the Pew Research Center, authored by Kat Delvin, the median number of students in all of the European countries learning a foreign language is 92%. This is a drastic number when put in comparison with the United States, holding an average of 20% of students learning a foreign language during grades K through 12. This can be attributed to the previous precedents of learning a language later on in America, as well as a foreign language not being nationally mandated in this country. Overall, my speech shows the sheer importance of learning a foreign language, how and when it's best learned, as well as other positive effects of learning another language. I did this by using some of my personal experiences with foreign language in school, focusing on developmental ages, and comparing the U.S. with other countries. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.